Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, ages, goes on your favorite random man, future king of YouTube, Terrence was in this here building today. So y'all, I gotta say this right quick. So when I was trying to edit my previous video about this, cause this is like my reaction, my revisit for my predictions for 2025 MCU. So there was no audio, and then when I did a second one, two to talk about 2026 MCU in 2026, no audio. So I gotta not only do it this one again, I gotta do it the second one again. So that's that. So bam, like I said, this is my revisit for my MCU from 2025. I meant to do this earlier. I put it on my post, put it on my Facebook, and I put it on my Twitter. So I am going to. So pretty much, this is just me revisiting my predictions. And like I said, I'm gonna have a little picture posted up so y'all can see what I had here back to back. Now before we actually get started with this, I'm gonna have to do this first for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Eyes of Wakanda. Both did not watch. What? Now on my picture you see here, Eyes of Wakanda is a B, and no, then I got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man a D for my early predictions. Now for Eyes of Wakanda, flew under my radar. Even when my gossip told me to watch it, I forgot all about it. I really did. It just went so far under my radar. And for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, I talked about that. I just not interested in watching that video, so I know that I care. I did not care for the multiple saga, so on and so forth. So they know right. Boom. Did not watch either one of those. No, would I ever get a chance to? I don't know. I probably never will. But moving on. So let's start with Brave New World for us right quick, because on Brave New World I gave that a C. Well, I'm gonna give it a B here.
This is fine.
So bad. I mean, sorry. Yeah, all movies wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It just in the middle. It was meh. Especially with Captain America. I don't know, man. Like, you could have set the stage again. Not saying Anthony Mackie was not a bad actor. Sam Wilson is a good character, but just the story just wasn't there. It felt like more of an Incredible Hulk movie. Excuse me. So for me, like I said, when the Red Hulk actually came onto the scene, came on, it was like for close to 10 minutes, I think 8 minutes and 45 seconds. It was definitely longer than 5 minutes. It's definitely longer than 5 minutes. But yeah, so Brave New World wasn't a bad movie. It just was a meh movie. And speaking of going down to the other movies, like Thunderbolts, I enjoyed Thunderbolts. I really do. So I'm gonna put that a C up there. Give it a B as well.
This is fine.
Again, it just I enjoyed the cast, and I think what the main problem is when it comes to Thunderbolts or New Avengers, who's asking for these characters? Sure, we know about Bucky, and Bucky should be the leader of this team because he's been a part of a team. You know, like Red Guardian, they killed off Taskmaster because nobody didn't like Taskmaster. Knew how they was going to handle dealing with Sentry, Marvel, Superman. So we knew how that's going to handle. The movie was just meh. Like, sad to say, that's really what it felt like. It was a meh movie. Fantastic Four: First Steps. That's an A. Good. Now I know what you're thinking. Because like in Fantastic Four, I also get an A. Then it's crazy enough, then Thunderbolts I get at a B. But crazy how people's opinion can change over the times. So the funny thing is, I know you're saying, Random Man, why in the world you giving Fantastic Four an A when you said all three movies was a meh movie? Well, I hope you asked that, dear viewers. Thanks for asking that question. I appreciate it. So this is where I feel like when it comes to that, I feel like visually, Fantastic Four is better. Acting wise, also better. Story, much better. But again, I enjoy how the characters, is more comic book accurate. But hold on, before I said, even the female Silver Surfer was good. Now going back to what I'm saying, now before y'all start trying tall and fit and say, "Oh, Random Man don't like women," that's not the case. But Sue Storm is definitely, indeed, one of the strongest members of the Fantastic Four. I am not taking that away from her. But the one thing that bothers me, that everybody had to take a back seat to Sue Storm. That was the problem I also kind of had with that. Because, like, looking at Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards, His recent is a pale imitation of the early 2000s Fantastic Four. You know what I'm talking about, the Rise of the Silver Surfer and the other Fantastic Four movie. Reed is more elaborate. The characters play to their strength. So and another thing was a bad caveat for me for this movie was the fact that Sue Storm have all the power to push Galactus back in that little wormhole. And I know you're thinking, it's like, you say Sue Storm is one of the most strongest characters. Even in comic books, Sue Storm has to damage Galactus' armor. Damage Galactus' armor, not kill him, not hurt him. When Galactus shrugged off Sue Storm's force field, and then all of a sudden, she had, like, since Galactus was trying to take Franklin, and Sue was pushing him back, all of a sudden she got all that strength. Now don't get me wrong, Johnny helped out, Ben helped out too as well, but Sue Storm was, I'm like, and of course the female Silver Surfer got the final hit, but I was like, no, Sue was not that strong at all, pushing Galactus back. She don't even have that power to even do that for herself. So yeah, yes, I do agree Sue Storm is the strongest of the team. Nah, like, I disagree. Again, as I said before, with all three movies, they're not bad, nor they're not good. It's in the middle, and they're mad for me. So that's the movie. That's how I feel about that. Now, continue on talking about the TV shows. I've been waiting to do this. Ironheart gets a D from me.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
Those who saw my live reaction watching Ironheart, I was sorely disappointed with that. And it's so much that went wrong with that movie. And I'm going to do my best not to go on a rambling rant talking about Ironheart. Because here's the thing. I really want y'all to understand this. When it came to Ironheart, when she's on Wakanda Forever, enjoyed her. I enjoyed her. I love how the armor looked. Everything about her was cool. I enjoyed every bit. This version of Ironheart, I'm still in for the risk. Let's make my armor. You downplay Tony Stark. Now, man, I want to say maybe episode 5 was actually my favorite because the heart, the emotions, and then her I forgot her name, her friend, but her AI friend, like, oh my god, Riri's trying to get her back, so he's trying to get the club back to bring back her AI. Because the whole premise was about that show was it's magic versus technology, but we didn't get that towards the last episode, and that's one thing that bothers me with the MCU shows. Like, we won't hit that climax towards the end of the last episode. Then another thing I do hate when it comes to MCU shows, it's like they kind of stop and build up for another season when the rating's not good for it. So yeah, especially when Riri shook Mephisto's hand, knowing what that cloak did to Parker Robbins upset me, and it ruined that whole thing. I don't want to go a rant because that show angered me to no end. It bothered me to no end. Because again, I forgot to mention, because I was ready, because I gave Ironheart a C in my early prediction video. So that bothered me to no end, man. It really did. I'm sad that I had to put her back down there lower. So yeah, so Ironheart again is a D. So now we got 3 more shows to talk about here. First and foremost, let's talk about Marvel Zombies. Marvel Zombies, not bad, but definitely not good. With Marvel Zombies, it's surprising because Marvel Zombies, I had that in D. I did. I really did. So it went up. It went up just by a slide. But it wasn't bad. But why is it a C, you ask me? Characters doing dumb things that would never have done. Scarlet Witch was after Kamala Khan, which was never explained. I think it was like a 4-episode. Yeah, I think it was like a 4-episode thing. And it's just like the dumb decisions the character was making, what they were never done. Like he had a zombie Thanos, and he got Rocket and Thor rushing in, going in guns blazing, and then Thanos kills him with one hit. I was like, Thor would never run in like headstrong like that, because obviously it took place during the I want to say it take place during Infinity War, where Thor like literally chucked Stormbreaker, and it deflected Thanos' energy blast from the gauntlet. I mean, from the Infinity Gauntlet. But all of a sudden it did it. It's like it bothered me. But again, was it better than Ironheart? As you see, yes, to me it was definitely better than Ironheart. We got Wonder Man. Now in my previous prediction, I gave Wonder Man a C. And honestly, I'm gonna give it a B.
This is fine.
Now, here's the thing about Wonder Man. I enjoy Wonder Man. Now, was it different? It was. And honestly, it had good reviews. Now, mind you, when it came to Wonder Man, I didn't watch some reviews. I wanted to watch it. I was geeked to watch it. When I found out I watched it, I think it came out early this year in January. So when I watched it, it was different. I feel like it was more of a, I think it's like self-work, self-discovery, if I want to say it like that. But it wasn't a bad show. You know, I don't know if Wonder Man gonna appear back in on during Doomsday, but I don't hate it. I really didn't hate it. It was different. It was something new. It's its own self-contained story, and I enjoyed Wonder Man. It really was. It's not up there to be. So now we go to the last show on the list here, which is Daredevil Born Again. So now I know as I've recorded, I'm pretty sure that Daredevil Born Again is out right now. I think it's maybe showing more episodes. Daredevil Born Again is what it was in my previous prediction, a S and yes. I enjoyed it. It's sad though, even though it got a lot of good reviews. And mind you, when I saw that trailer the first time, I was like, yeah, I'm watching this. I'm in it. Like this, to me, this is one of the best MCU shows in a long, long time for me. And like, my only issue is how they did. God, what was that dude name? It's not Torment. I can't think of the villain that Daredevil fought against that was in the show. I'm at Plastic on here, but yeah, I think how they did him was kind of lackluster. Punching in there. Story was great. It was cool. Like we lost Froggy. But yeah, Daredevil Born Again was definitely a good show, and I feel like it held up. It did what it needed to do, and I'm happy it had that whole rehaul, that whole reshaping of it. It did really good. So yeah, so that's my revisit for MCU shows for 2025. I know I'm late. I don't really it took so long to do it because when I watched Wonder Man, I was on vacation. At one point, I actually forgot about it. But yeah, so there we go, guys. Does this match your prediction of MCU of 2025? Do you think I am wrong? Please, let's have a civil discussion in the comments below. I'm sure a lot of y'all have had different opinions from mine, and that's fine. Let's do that. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. But anyways, we're gonna wrap this up because I got recording the other video. But anyway, me. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, come to the brand side. We do have those cookies. # Beat Corey's Kitchen. And please, I'm gonna say it one more time. Please, y'all stay random. I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all take it easy.